All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of 100 Ways to Make 100K. I'm your host, Javon.ca, and in this episode, I want to introduce you to someone by the name of Matt Carlin. Now, Matt's a very interesting character, and he's super low-key. You're not going to be able to find him on any social media. Now, he's the chief operating officer for a portfolio of about 4,000 units. So, although in his episode, he doesn't say explicitly that he makes 100 grand a month or 100 grand a day, I think he's going to drop some knowledge because he's part of a team that does it. And I think his lessons are just as impactful as the people who started the team. So in some of our episodes, he drops some key information around team members, et cetera, that I think you're going to really dig. So once again, shout out my guy, Matt Carlin. Once again, I'm Javon.ca. This is 100 Ways to Make 100K. I hope you enjoy. Do you remember the first time that you made 100K in a year?
In a year, yes.
Do you think you could break down a little bit about what happened and how you did that?
Yeah, so I come from a background of real estate investing. And then what we did is we typically did like investor grade rehab flips. So we would find a house, put a little bit of money into it, and then sell it for a small profit. Profits averaged about $5,000 a house. Do 20 of those, you make 100K.
Interesting. When did you do that?
First time we started doing that was like 2015. So a little while ago.
Wow, so you've been doing this for quite some time now.
A little bit.
Okay, so what happened after that? I want to dive in and see, have you ever made 100K in a month?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, tell me that story. I would love to learn more.
So that comes from helping other people achieve their goals. So putting together a legacy family, subscription fees come into that. It's us bringing value to others. And if you help enough people get what they're looking for, you get what you're looking for as well.
Interesting. Okay, so tell me, Matt. Have you ever made 100K in a day?
We have.
Okay, so that, I gotta know. Tell me.
So that came from our transition from single-family real estate into multifamily real estate. We realized that we only make money as transactions happen in single-family. So it's not super scalable. It's very transactional. And when we transitioned from single into multi, we realized that's really where the money's to be made. So we got a contract on a property in Lakewood, Ohio, and we flipped that contract in a day and made 100K.
So flip that contract. What does that mean?
We put a property under contract to purchase it, and then instead of closing on that property, we sold the contract to a buyer for $100,000 more than we had under contract to purchase it for.
Interesting. So what type of kind of groups and people and like different types of things do you need in place to make something like this happen?
Just a network of people who are doing things, right? So, if your goal is to sell a contract in a day for $100,000, know people who buy properties, know which properties they buy, what areas they buy, go out and source that deal for them, and that's how you can make that happen.
So if you want to know how do you meet these types of people that have more than 100K, people that could buy stuff with a 100K fee included, right? How would you go about building those connections and building those relationships?
You network. You don't be a secret agent. You let people know who you are and what you're looking for, and naturally those things will come to you.
So if you wanted to network someone, right? If you wanted to network with someone, Matt, what types of things would you say?
You can start small with local real estate investor association groups. You can connect on Facebook. You can do meetup groups, or you can join powerful mastermind groups like ours, Legacy Family.
Interesting. And Matt, where can we learn more about this legacy family that you keep talking about?
Check out our website at legacywealthholdings.com.
Perfect. Matt, a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Are there any kind of things that people feel might hold them back as they start this journey?
I think everyone has limiting beliefs to some degree. But as you start knocking down those beliefs, you realize that more and more is possible as you achieve more.
Beautiful. Matt, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right, so that is our episode with Matt Carlin. I know, unfortunately, you can't find him on social media, but regardless, we're going to reach out to him and thank him so much for being a part of the show. And if you got value from this episode or any of the other episodes and are enjoying the show, I'd love for you to leave a rating and review. I'd really like to, hear what you really think about this thing as we continue to build it. So this was episode 5. I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks so much for tuning in.